It's spring 2018 in the city of Ocala in central Florida.
I just finished a 12-hour shift. And on my way home, I took a different route than I normally would take. As I approached this intersection, I was on the phone with my wife. While I was talking to her, I was sitting at the red light, and I start hearing this horn blow.
The dash cam in the police vehicle captured a white car, hazards flashing.
I turned on my emergency lights and did a complete U-turn and pulled in behind her.
The scene that confronted the officer was extraordinary. Climbing out of the car in front of him was a mother cradling her limp and lifeless baby.
I can see that she's frantic, fear in her face. She looks completely just devastated.
Despite the panic at the scene, Officer Nix was able to find out that the 3-month-old baby, called Kingston, had suffered an allergic reaction and was struggling to breathe.
His breathing was really shallow, and I was very afraid that at that moment I was losing my son.
The ambulance she'd called was delayed in heavy traffic, and panicking, she'd set off for the hospital herself. But she'd also become stuck, and Kingston was deteriorating fast.
I asked him to please not let my baby die, to please help me save my baby.
In that moment, I felt like I have to make this work, because if not, her whole life is going to change. So I go down to my knees, put the baby on my lap, and I'm listening for breathing. I feel, I'm listening for a heartbeat, I'm checking, and I've got nothing. No breathing, I've got no heartbeat. So at that point, I knew this was bad.
I was beyond scared. I was listening to the 911 operator telling me to be calm.
At that point, I start CPR. And when I tried to give the baby a breath, it was met with complete resistance. Tried to clear his airway and tried again, and nothing. Started trying to give the baby chest compressions, and his chest really wouldn't compress. The typical life-saving CPR measures were just not working.
I feared that I had lost him. I feared that that was going to be our last moments together.
I could not let her child die. So what I did was I just pressed even harder. And when I did that, I was able to get a very, very shallow breath from him.
At that moment, we realized he was still trying to breathe.
But Kingston's life was still in the balance. He hadn't taken a proper breath for around 5 minutes, and they needed to get to the hospital fast.
I don't hear sirens, and I don't see an ambulance. And at that point, I decided I was going to throw the rule book out the window, and I was going to take the baby with me.
I'm not waiting on medics. Can I have them off the RMC? I'm headed to their emergency room with the baby. I'll give them a call.
With the baby cradled in his arms, Officer Nix sped towards the nearest hospital.
I remember thinking, this is just surreal. Cops can have a full and active career and never be in this exact situation. I started thinking, of my children, my, kids being little, and this is not my child, but it very could easily be my child.
I walk in the hospital. They're already in the trauma unit. I just remember falling to my knees and bursting out in tears, just screaming, my baby, please don't make me have to bury my child.
After 30 long minutes, Kingston let out a cry to let the world know he was back.
That was the best sound to me. It was no other sound I would want to hear at that moment. That was it.
The nurse that was there, she handed me the baby and I was able to hold it. It was just a perfect moment, a completely perfect moment.
And the trauma of that day sparked a new friendship.
It was about a month into it that Mom reached out to my wife and I both and asked us to be Kingston's godparents. And of course, we, honorably said yes, we would love to be. And since then, we've become family.
I always call him Kingston's angel on earth because had he not been there, Kingston would have died. So I owe him everything.